quick, or maybe not quick, unboxing of the new Fluxjet. Just got it dropped off to a local shipping company today. That's where they delivered it to. I just brought it from their house. Got to do a bunch of unwrapping and then some basic setup. I should hopefully be able to get it out on the water today. Don't know the best way to get it all out of this wrapper. I'm just cutting the whole thing. I'm not sure. Maybe it kind of slide out of here. If I really don't want to slide it out. Definitely a lot of bubble wrap. A lot of packing. Everything should be good and intact in here. There's a little tool bag they mentioned. I'm trying to slide it out onto these two little flat tables. They're not the sturdiest. Definitely feels way lighter than my current kayak, which is an Impulse, which makes sense. But this has a motor. My Impulse is a fin drive and heavier than this, so should be a really nice upgrade. Obviously nowhere near ready yet. This is just the initial unboxing / setup. We'll throw this in the truck. And we'll drop the 360 camera on this side. I'm going to prop the 360 camera up against. This tripod is definitely not meant for this big giant extension. So we're going to use the kayak to kind of brace that maybe. Okay. Toolkit. Safety cutoff. Little top areas. That should be the four. That should be the 4 screws that go into the track. And what kind of bit we use? Let's just out of Philip's head. Then we got to take these 4. These 4 off. We're going to switch them out for the included hardware. So these are the longer ones. The 2x4s. I did watch the setup videos a couple times, so we'll see. That could be the 4 right there. There's some more bolts over there. I bet those bolts are for the top areas. drop into the trunk. So those bolts for the 2x4s fit that. I really didn't even realize this spot was here. Hopefully that's going to be, I don't know, with the chair in there, I don't know if I'll be able to put my little Bubba scale in there. Hopefully it will fit. I'll check that out really soon. Really I got a good spot for that. That is one of the downsides to this kayak is that it doesn't have a lot of dry storage. So I gotta figure out a couple of things with that. But honestly, I can't really think of very many other downsides I've seen on this thing. I know, I bought a little dry box to go in the back to deal with dry storage. So that shouldn't be a problem at all. Take these on. Drop in the replacement shorter screws. They do have Loctite already applied on, so that's nice. Shouldn't have to worry about these coming undone. That one's already super tight. Didn't have to mess with it. Alright, 2 down. Down. I wonder how many people will be using the front hatch versus open hatch. I'm pretty sure I'm going open hatch, but that's kind of cool that you have that option. I know my Impulse, it has a closed hatch, but there's definitely no option to remove it. So I definitely like the option that I can totally remove it if I don't need it in. Alright, let me come to that side. Now maybe in the bungee. It is in the bungee. Let's see. That's going to be that 360 light. I'm not going to mess with that right now. I'll box it back in there. I've got the battery already over there. Let's see what we got here. The seat is going to be next. Alright, I got the seat zip tied down. Back. Seat bottom. So you're going to loosen this up just to make it a little easier. So we'll loosen those all up. I don't know how necessary it is, but they said they recommend it, so we're going to do it. Alright, that's going to be the front. The front has the straps. The front has the straps. And the clips kind of have to go on kind of at the same time. So pushing that forward out of the way. And putting this, I guess, kind of right over that hole. And then the first clip isn't really going to do it. You're going to do two, looks like 2 clips. Clip done. Now push all the way together on the bottom. They did mention maybe pliers. Alright, I'm gonna grab a set of pliers. I'm not gonna mess with that. They do still seem like pretty strong clips though. Super easy with that. Definitely try to smash it in there with my fingers. But that worked really good with the pliers. Now, let's get these 6 back up. Kind of assume you can just kind of adjust these to your own kind of liking on the seat stiffness, I guess. I'm not really sure. I don't think my other one has any seat adjustments quite like that. And then make sure this is not twisted. Go in through the back and then back out through the front. I'll probably switch these for can straps. I foresee that happening soon. I did the same on my last seat as well. Make sure it's not twisted. Into that. Back out through the front. That was much better idea. Work on it. Okay, man, I thought that seat was pretty wobbly. It just wasn't locking. That fixed that easy. Okay, that did have me nervous though. That seemed super loose. It just wasn't locked in. The lock in is definitely needed. Get that stuff off of there. That one off of there. And then I'm going to unclip the entire seat in the back. Showing the battery spots. Battery setup is going to be next. And that 360 camera adjustment. Ooh, man. Ooh, now my throttle was definitely not in neutral, so you may want to check that on yours. Alright, let's see this tripod is not made for super long that I'm dealing with. But I thought this may be a good camera angle. Alright, so we grab a battery. I went with a lifetime 36 volts, 50 amp hour. Let's see. I'm going to take this. This is the wiring that's in the box, and this is the wiring that I put on for the charger. I'm going to take my wiring off and put on just their wiring right now. And I assume the throttle will definitely supposed to be neutral, so I definitely want to make sure yours is kind of in the middle if you're going to test it out. Mine was not. Mine was going a little bit. Probably would have been a big deal, but didn't hurt to check. That's my positive. Now, both of these wires may actually be able to stay in and connected. I'm not really sure. I may actually be able to use the same cord that they have to charge it. I'm not sure. That would be cool though. So that's what they have. And this is what I have. It goes to the charger. You know, I may have to put both of these cables in here. So this is what I'm going to use for my charger. let's see. I guess I do have to do that. I'm gonna figure that out later. I'm just gonna piece mine in here and then see where my charger cable's gonna be there. And then this is gonna be their red. So I'm gonna have both cables, I'm pretty sure. Now, I may be doing this wrong now, but I'm going to go ahead and have my charger cable. That way I can just pull this box out, but not have to change any cables, and just slap my charger on this thing. You guys in the comments, I'm sure, will tell me if I'm doing it wrong. Let's see. Like this, I guess. I don't even have that over that. Cut myself somewhere. Well, definitely on my finger. Not sure what I did there. Skip that step if you can. So skip the cutting your finger part. That really wasn't necessary. Alright, so that's got my charging wire, and I think they should both just be able to hang out the back here. That's going to be the one that goes to the boat. That's going to be the one that goes to my stuff. Two humps go to the back. I don't know if I need both cables hanging out the back. That I don't really know. Well, I guess I really don't. But that's going to give my charger cable for me. And then that's going to give the cable for the boat there. I don't really know if that's off or on. We'll figure that out as we go. Logo up. I feel like I remember that's what they said on the video. Logo up. Oh no, that logo up. There's two. Okay, well that was super easy. That's definitely different than the cable that I have on my charger. I like that. You just push it all the way in and it locks. Easy. Alright, so now I can get this in there. And this foot pedal, I'm going to assume I'm going to need it pretty close to the front. I'm going to put that one kind of close to the front. I'm kind of tall. I'm 6'2". I don't think you want them level. Well, that seems pretty tight. Now we're going to go on this. F03. F was the one he said we needed for hours, and they had a little math equation on their thing. I just remember it. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, but I'm pretty sure I put mine at 12. So mine is a 12 cell battery. It just happened to be the same one they use for their demos. That's what we use. Thank God. See it on the screen. So what you're gonna put it till it's 12. If you go past, you have to start over pretty much. Hold it all the way down. That locks that in. Hold it down again. Back to the regular screen, and then back to 72%, 74%. Let's see, we'll go up some as well. Now, let's see, so we're going to lock down the battery. log down the battery. The battery's logged down, bungee's on there. You got your kill switch, your magnetic kill switch over here. I'm not exactly sure if one has 2 ends. That I don't know. I don't know if that just means you get 2 of them. And this is like an extra one. That I don't know. And I'm not really sure on the kill switch, but let's see. Okay, and they said don't run it much without water, but I did want to make sure it turned on. It did turn on, turned on, so I'm done with that. So I'm gonna kill my battery for now, and then cool. All right, so I'm gonna put seat back in. I think I'm gonna go. If I go seat all the way forward, that gives me a little more room back here. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Seat all the way forward for me. Down there, lock it down here. Grab my box. Let's see. I'll go like the other one. So I know the side slots. The side slots are supposed to be 3700 size. So let me get this going. So the sides are going to be 3600 size. These are the Evolution, so they're a little thicker than some of them. Just to test out. It did fit no problem. I'm going to go ahead and take this extra one off of here so I don't lose it. That is great that they come with 2 of these. Now if you do lose these, I assume you can't run this kayak. So I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to attach this right here to my chair right now. Now that's not going to be where it's going to be for running use. This is just so I don't lose it. I would clip that to your life jacket. All right, for the back one, a 3700 Evolution, the bigger, nicer one, does kind of fit. It's a little loose, but I don't think the big one is going to fit. This is their, this is like the double thick. I don't remember what this one's called. I don't think this is going to fit back here. I mean, it kind of does, but it's definitely going to make noise. So this one kind of fits. It's not perfect. Ooh, it fits much better with the handle down. Let's see if it matters on the side. Nah, I don't think it really matters on the side, but in the back it definitely works much better handle down. Let me grab my dry box. Now, this is what I got from Bass Pro Shops for some dry storage. It's super cheap. I think this was like 20 bucks, maybe 24, I'm not sure. 2 easy snaps. This got, so wallet, all that stuff's gonna go in here. But I'm gonna leave my, oh, that's perfect. So, that's perfect. So that was the whole, hopefully I was gonna have a good spot for this Bubba scale, and that's perfect. So with my seat forward, Bubba scale goes back here, no problem. I probably will clip it on. Will it clip around that? It's probably not going to be able to. No, that's a little too big. But I can clip it to this line if you wanted to. I guess you could clip it there. Just in case if for some reason you flip, you don't lose it or something. But I'm probably just going to let it ride, hanging right in that little spot. That's perfect. Now this front hatch area. So I think I should have some stuff in here for me. I ordered a couple of the 3 printed accessories. Oh sweet. They threw in a bag. That's pretty awesome. That's how they do it. Well, that fits in the hatch perfectly too. Printed parts. I won't be installing those just yet, but this is the cup holder goes over your cable to run like your transmission there. This is so you can run your cables underneath. Just bump these out. Run your cables underneath run the cables underneath this. So you can put this gasket underneath this and run your cables out of there for your fish finders, different things like that. I do have a fish finder. I don't know if I'm going to put it on here just yet. Well, I know I'm not going to put it on here right now. And then, but I will be putting it on at some point. And these are block off plates for the same thing. So in case you want to mount something there instead of a rod holder. I know I have a Yak Attack horizontal rod storage system I'll probably use on this. And then those are the 3D printed items that I got. I think there's a couple other things. I also did order the foot steering. The foot steering is not ready yet. That's like a pre-order thing as well. So I'll have that ordered and on the way. And then I'm probably gonna remove the hatch right now. I'm super excited for this bag. I actually looked at those on Google because I saw them using those at maybe iCast, and they fit in the hatch perfectly. And it matches, so that's pretty awesome. These do not come with it. They threw this in, so thank you guys. Awesome. Looking forward to getting this thing maybe on the water this afternoon. We'll do one quick walk around the hatch. I'm taking off right now. Take you off the tripod. So plenty of storage. I like the molded in handles. My last kayak does not have molded handles. It has like screw-in handles, and they've fallen off at least twice, and I've had to re-screw them and different things. So really heavy duty track system, foot steering, already pre-installed too. Well, you just got to put the clip on. You just put this on this and you're good. You don't have to run the wires, none of that stuff. So that is fantastic. More rail. So you got a carbon fiber plate on here for the early pre-order guys. Here's your battery meter on this side. You also your phone charger, USB-C and USB-A down here. And the sides, again, I love the molded in handles, not like the screw-on handles. Seat's nice as well. I may switch this out for a cam strap, but it's super easy. Super easy, fold down for transport. These are 3600s. This one's obviously empty. I'm just testing it out. This is the thicker Evolution one, the waterproof one. They do fit in here better with the handle down. So the battery connects here. The spot back in the back, I'm not really sure what these little cubby holes are for, but man, that one works perfect for my Bubba scale. Another 3700. Again, this one works much better with the handle down, but this is a little thicker than a normal 3700. And then I added this box for some dry storage. Probably won't do anything inside the hull for quite a long time. Extra kill switch, 3D printed little gaskets and pass-through gaskets and cables. And we'll use some of that when I install the fish finder, but I'm going to go no fish finder for a little bit first. All in all, man, it looks fantastic in person, as good or better than I thought from ordering it. Here's the main difference between this and a regular kayak. Is this going to be jet down here? No motor hanging off the back, no motor hanging below at all. Super flat, so you can go super flat, super shallow. I fish a lot shallow. Ooh, I need to install the the paddle holder tacos. I have not done that yet. I'll install that really quick, and then I'll be done setting up for the day, and hopefully have this thing in the water today. So, last thing is the little paddle taco. That should have been the bolts are over here. I think they did talk about some spacers. That might be coming later. Or that may be something. I think they did even mention that was going to be maybe a kit later on. So that may not be something that they're sending out right now. Maybe it's just a trial thing. So paddle tacos. I do not see any of that. So I'm going to just put these in right now. Hopefully, like I said, I'm not going to be using the paddle much at all. I don't imagine using the paddle much unless something breaks. That screwdriver's way too big. Good. Let's see. Paddle taco, the number one. That is day one. Day one setup for Fluxjet. I'll try to get it out on the water this afternoon.